Welcome in, everybody. We are here ready to go in map number 1 of our first best of 3 of the day. On the left-hand side for the Murky Cup Last Chance Qualifier will be the members of Freedom Exporters, the only NA team to try and compete in an EU-based tournament for the first time in, like, years. So this is exciting stuff. They have made some blunders here and there. We'll see if they can find a spot today in the Last Chance Qualifier. So we have 2 days of Last Chance Qualifiers. It's 2 single elimination brackets. So you have 2 best of 3s and then a best of 5s. So we'll do this best of 3. Winner of this goes to the best of 5. Loser, that's it. They're done. And then same thing. We do another best of 3, and then we go to the best of 5 with the 2 winners from this and the other, and then we will decide on who's going to be the 5th spot in the Murky Cup tournament. Playoffs are going to be starting next weekend. And then, of course, tomorrow morning will be the exact same as today, but different teams. This is the Meta Madness style of draft. Heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. There are no tournament baseline bans. Imperius is unbanned, regardless of what the Wikipedia may say. I don't know if that was updated or not. Let me just tab over. And I can tell you that it actually does specify he was only banned for Group A and then fixed afterwards. Bounties are available. We'll talk about bounties if they do pop up, but it's essentially pick and play and win with a hero. There are half bounty tickets for trying a bounty but failing. So, for example, if you were to go for Kale Duzad but not win with it, you get a half a ticket, as they call it. And the bounty prize pool is a separate prize pool from the main prize pool. It's essentially to encourage players to try out and do some unique stuff in case they don't make it into the playoffs. They can at least get some pizza money or a little bit of calzone scratch. We do have a couple bans coming through for Dragonshire. Freedom Exporters will get rid of the Garrosh and the Maiev. The Chromie and Dahaka removed, and it will be a first pick Junkrat on the left side for Freedom Exporters. We do have a ban of Battlefield and Haunted Mines from Freedom Exporters, and Sky Temple and Cursed Hollow from Storm League Enjoyers. I believe that catches you all up on what is going on. Oh, I just realized I made the prediction wrong, so no big deal. We can just go ahead and delete that, and I'll remake the prediction. Sorry, I forgot to make it a longer duration, so y'all can at least see what the draft looks like. So let's go ahead and see. We got Freedom Exporters and Storm League Enjoyers, and we'll go ahead and make that 10 minutes. There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. We get a first pick a Nubrak Tracer, though, for the side of Storm League Enjoyers. So you get a double gamble alert on the screen and such. So with the Junkrat, Justing had a really good Stitches last week. They could go into Stitches Malfurion here, and they could literally just do a hook delete combo. They could also go Stitches into Sylvanas as well. Looks like it's going to be Johannes. So the NA Freedom Exporter is going for something very simple here. Prismaticism is like to play a lot of Sylvanas in these games. He likes to go into Unfurling Shadows because, I think, from my understanding, from the questions I asked him on stream this week, he believes that if he can scale up the Shadow Dagger level 1, the Unfurling Shadows, to where it's better than the percent base level 1, which that's a bold claim. Mr. Bandit, please stop licking your paws. You've already got a cut on your mouth because of it. Sergeant Hammer is going to be banned away on the right-hand side, so no standstill siege from her, and it makes sense to ban it away. I mean, Junkrat, Johanna, Urel, there's a lot of really good control for a Sergeant Hammer. Gul'dan will be removed as well. This is something that Storm League Enjoyers and other EU teams have run pretty consistently for wave clear, poke, and it's really good up against the NA squad because the ping is a little difficult for them. So walking out of the Echoed Corruption is a little difficult, so typically, you know, by the time you change your trajectory, the ping, blah, 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 you've already eaten 2 Echoed Corruptions, or 2 Corruption hits. With the Tracer and Nubarak, probably Malfurion somewhere in this. No, they're going to go for Anduin. Okay, so they're going Aggression. I was wondering if it was going to be a Malfurion to apply the healing to Tracer, allow her to do whatever she wants, but no, it's Aggression. They're going to go Light Bomb with a Nubarak, Tracer, Leorc. There's a lot of Light Bomb targets, a lot of really good dive potential coming out from the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Honestly, if they picked up a Greymane, it would work out in the draft really well. It is a lot of auto attack into a Johanna, but the dive and Aggression would be huge. They could also consider into a Genji or a Li Ming. There's that Sylvanas, and they're going to pick up a Karazim as the main healer. Interesting. Now, Johanna, Urel do have some sustainability. Sylvanas can pick up some stuff as well. Junkrat doesn't have any healing stuff if memory serves right, so it's not a bad composition. It is aggressive. Block Totem will be really good into the Tracer as well, and I don't think we'll see a Greymane here. They're going to go for a tried and true simple Jaina. I like it. I really do think that Freedom Exporters have, Storm League and Joris have such a phenomenal draft. We'll see if Freedom Exporters can put one up on the board, but it's do or die here in the Last Chance Qualifier. Let's load on in to map number 1. See if we can move this gamble to the side, maybe. Just scoot that up over here. Looks a little bit cleaner. Actually, you know what? What if we just did that? Does that work? That feels like it's way too much in the way. Let's see how it looks at the top of the screen with the load-in bar and stuff. Why not? Can we just hug this in here?
Heroes, prepare for combat.
That actually doesn't look too bad. All right, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna leave that like that. Welcome in, everybody. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Freedom Exporters. You're looking at your Cure, Urel, Porky on the Karazim. Justing will be your Johanna. Prismaticism on the Sylvanas. And we've got a Madara Junkrat.
10 seconds.
Right side of the map, we're taking a peek at Storm League Enjoyers. Alvarez will be playing the Jaina. Lovecall on the Anubrak. The sub of Maktu will be on the Anduin. You got Itrax Leoric, and Aryan is your Tracer. Divine Fortress, Justing? Into a Tracer, no Zealous Glare. Divine Fortress. I did overhear on Justing's stream one time when he was like prepping for this tournament talking about I swear he was talking about that he likes the level 1 for Johanna, that he likes this, that he thinks it's really good. We'll see how it works out. We'll talk about it in a second here. We'll talk about level 1s. Let's take a peek and see what the early game skirmish is between the two teams in the rotation. Urel Leoric, of course, relegated to the top lane. We got a bit of double soak happening. A lot of Freedom Exporters taking a safe rotation. We do have Sylvanas going into Might of Banshee Queen, hitting a hero with Withering Fire, increases Sylvanas' basic attack speed and spell power by 5%. For 6 seconds and stacking up to 5 times. Left and right camp are going to be started out here. We do have Karazim going to Iron Fist. You've got the Divine Fortress for the Johanna. Basic attacks grant 10 physical armor for 4 seconds, stacking up to 40. Gambit, gain 25% bonus maximum health. Every death reduces this bonus by 5%. You've got the Dauntless Urel, looking at an extra 1 timers for the Junkrat. As you've also got Osin's Renewal for Leoric, Even-Handed Blessing, Legion of Beetles. You've got Lingering Chill for the Jaina, which increases the duration by 2 seconds from 4 to 6. And Parting Gift for the Tracer, which also gives you 7% bomb charge per little grenade hitting the enemy hero, and a little slow on that as well. Those are your level 1s through and through, but we've got a few camps to be grabbed around the map. Madara is going to get Moonshrine in the bottom. Looks like we've got Itrax Leoric on top holding the Sunshrine. Drain applied to Cure, just gets the Avenging Wrath back over the wall to safety. Subdue for the Johanna. You've got Unstable Poison. Little Leap of Faith pulls Alvarez to safety here, away from any of this encroaching camp. Nice Anduin spray as well. A little Carbot there. Lock Totem, of course, for the Karazim. Leoric, though, is going to go into Paralyzing Rage for that extra 20% bonus slow increase on Skeletal Swing. Good damage on a Madara here. Pulse Bomb did connect. Anduin with a few autos into Justing. Burrow Charge mitigated by that Iron Skin, and it looks like Karazim, Porky, is able to jump inside. Johanna was utilizing Iron Skin staying on. That's why she stuck around there for a little bit longer. If you were wondering, like, oh my god, Justing, you're getting dove. Please back away. Consider your Gambit. Cure and Prismaticism pushing into the top lane. This seems to be doing pretty well for the time being. Cure will back away. Does have that Dauntless level 1. He's going to take a handful of damage here. Karazim with Dragonite, so Porky inside, gets 1 tower down, working on the rest of this fort front gate for mid, Justing chilling in the bush. Madara here as well. Doesn't seem like there's going to be a step up from the side of Storm League enjoyers. Johanna does go in, trying to get the condemn onto the Jaina, but she'll back away to safety. No concussion mine displacement. And the Dragon Knight finds decent value for the side of Freedom Exporters. They're going to pull ahead with a little bit of experience here from the structure gain. I'm assuming minion experience is pretty close together. Level 7's coming through. The Steel Trap finds the Tracer. The Condemn will follow that up. The Concussion Mine blasts her to safety, but the damage over time from Sylvanas will be first blood. Freedom Exporters looking to make something happen here. In map number 1, Itrax will go down as well. And Ubrak burrows to the side. And Prismaticism activates Black Arrow mid-fort with a minion wave encroaching. Looks like it will be taken down. Freedom Exporters with a pretty strong start here to Dragonshire. But it's that's a really good concussion mine from Madara once again. Good dive in from Murky. The Karazim sustained damage is good, but here Urel does go down to Nexus Forces. Aryan jumps in. Haunting Wave from the Sylvanas. Recall from the Tracer. Justing trying to walk into the Steel Trap. Is going to get the sub done and saved by concussion mine of Madara again. Sub done at 4 minutes and 26 seconds. Justing just 6 seconds too late. Left side camp was grabbed, right side to be worked on as well. Bottom lane wave going to be grabbed by Madara really quickly, and another Dragon Knight phase up and ready to go. We'll see if Team NA, if the Freedom Exporters can grab this. Prismat is actually Canadian, if you take a look, at least according to Liquipedia, so. Let's see what we have here for here in top lane. Decent damage onto the fort front gate, already taking down the gate and tower. Skeletal Swing, Drain Hope, Avenging Wrath into Divine Seed, and Kyr's on the point. Murky on the bottom lane. Heroics here on the left-hand side, of course, faster with the earlier siege kills. Siege and kills. We've got Riptire, Ardent Defender, Mind Control, 7-sided strike, and I assume it's Blessed Shield, but Justing, maybe we go for a Falling Sword for safety. Looks like Urel did sustain top lane. Ardent Defender not even utilized. Kyr may have to activate it here. Recall from Tracer. The Orc Skeleton Swing misses, and Kyr holds. 7-sided strike on Itrax is pretty good. Kyr jumps back in with the Avenging Wrath and Righteous Hammer, but no kill onto Itrax, just dropping the health down quite low. Midfort has gone down to the Dragon Knight. Looks like Junkrat, Johanna, and bottom lane will push up onto this major structure. Pressure mine onto a new Barak. Doesn't blast him over the wall. Savage charge from the Dragon Knight. Pushes Jaina to the side. She gets an immediate mount and tries to get back over here. Bottom lane fort dropping down. Jaina trying to get a little bit. Ooh, that's a good light bomb applied to Tracers. They burrow charge in with a new Barak afterwards. Sticky bomb from the Tracer. Madara trying to be saved with his own concussion mine. Will be able to. The Cocoon did get activated on Prismat. Kyr getting hit with a Drain. Does have that Ardent Defender. Might have to activate it here. It does manage to do so. Condemn from Johanna stepping back in. The Riptire chasing after Alvarez, but they still get the kill with the Sylvanas. That's Riptire into Itrax. Justing chasing after this Anubrak. Kyr getting drained. Leoric wants the channel. Steel Trap on the ground. The Righteous Hammer. Leoric is going to try and chase in. Avenging Rat to get the extra armor. A little bit of heal. And Itrax tunnel visions for the kill and doesn't get anything. 5-1. And the members of Freedom Exporters may be taking this map 1 at their current trajectory. But of course, as I said before, it is still early. And also, speaking of, thanks for being here, everybody. It's early in the morning for NA, especially West Coast, so if you're here, thanks for being here. Appreciate you very much. A lot of great games for us all today. I'm hoping for max, but I'm sure a lot of these teams just want to speed run the day. So Leoric will chill around top lane. No objective announcement yet. Prismat's here. Handful of damage applied. Is there going to be a mind control? No, it looks like the drain is applied, forces Prismat back. We will be seeing a level lead. We actually have the 6th sense for the Karazim. While stunned or rooted, gain 75 physical armor against the next hero basic attack for 4 seconds, reducing their damage by 75%. As I apologize, we missed the Leoric kill in the top lane there. Rotation from Freedom Exporters on point today. big as, by the way, for the Junkrat, so he's not going to go gotta trap them all. And I think that's actually really, really smart from Madara, just to be able to have that focus onto the hero. That's going to be a Cocoon into Light Bomb. Oh my god, the combo blow up the Entomb into Johanna. She's going to throw back a Blessed Shield to try and create a little bit of space. The Wraith walk in from Leoric. We do have Kier able to get inside the Dragonite, but Jesting is trying to save that Gambit. I don't think he's gonna. Goodbye, one stack of Divine Fortress. But all that delay gives them the Dragonite. And was it worth it is the big question to find out. 6-3 in kills. Karazim, Sylvanas have really good damage into the Leoric. There's going to be Tracer coming up here. Mind Control goes out as well. They're going to try and take down Leoric, but he is not... Okay, he's going to go down. Porky has a lot of punches into Aryan. Oh my god. If there was no extra blink there, Porky gets that kill for sure. Good trade, at least in the end, honestly. Finding that Leoric kill was at least some sort of consolation prize, if you will. Well, it still is a level lead, 15.5 to 14.5, maybe a little bit less than a level. Johanna health bar, by the way, 5,678. So it's only a 20% increase. Meanwhile, a Nubarak with 3,875 as it actually just rolled over to level 15. Cocoon onto Karazim. Doesn't look like there was a follow-up available. A Nubarak has to burrow charge to the side. I think Alvarez was meant to put down some big burst damage, but no one was around for that. 16 rolls through on the left-hand side. Kier jumps in to invade the camp. 3/4 of a level lead. Talent to your advantage. I don't see a world where Storm League Enjoyers step into this. And a third objective should be announced soon, as Storm League Enjoyers activate, not Storm League Enjoyers, Freedom Exporters will activate a Black Arrow from Sylvanas. The camp is going to be pulled away from the fort, but the duration should be just about enough, and actually it looks like there was one Knight that does roll in, so they will be able to get a third structure. Karazim diving into mid, a few punches into Tracer. See how it all unfolds. Right now, it seems like Storm League Enjoyers are the ones unable to find a way into the enemy. Granted, the Cocoon Light Bomb single target deletion was really good, but that is obviously you're waiting on Tracer Pulse. I think it's like an average 60-second cooldown. 60, 70 seconds between just about everything. No invade on the right side camp. Looks like they'll just be traded here. Leoric soaking up mid. Wait a minute. Madara? No, okay. They're going to go for Leoric in mid. A couple punches from Karazim do land. Johanna in the bush sees the Anubarak behind. Cocoon lands on Sylvanas. Concussion Mine blast the Tracer out of position. Forced to use Recall early. Karazim able to break Prismat out of the Cocoon, but there's going to be a Burrow Charge, a Light Bomb, a Sticky Bomb. So much going in. Cleansing dashes from Karazim at level 16 are really nice here. Helping Prismat able to back away there. Avenging Wrath for safety for Kier. Just gets that armor as well. Taps the well. Concussion Mine blasts Leoric near the enemy. Or near the allies. A good attempt with that mind control. They're still putting the pressure onto Itrax here. Leoric is getting really low. Nubarak burrows back into the face of this Johanna, or the Urel. Our defender gets activated. Recall from Tracer. She goes down. Leoric falls as well. Prismat on the aggressive chase into Alvarez. The Impale lands. Cleansing Dash comes through. Madara already on the Moonshrine. Kier heading to the Sunshrine. And this will be a third Dragonite over to the side of Freedom Exporters. No, this is fourth.
The flame cleanses.
Camp in the bottom lane tags, since camps do disappear after objective phase is channeled. So this will be camp plus Dragonite through the bottom lane. This should be keep in theory. Granted, death timers are relatively low. Leoric has respawned as the drain applied. But is this a mistake from Leoric? He's going to start Wraith walking away. Did go into Spectral Leech with Mithril Mace at 13-16. And now they're actually saying, all right, let's just chase onto Leoric. He's gig out of position. Beautifully done. Actually, that was a great call coming out from Freedom Exporters. The Dragonite doesn't find as much siege. The camp will be cleared away, but that Leoric was so out of position. Mind Control comes out from Prismat. Leap of Faith mitigates that with a 7-sided strike into Lovecoal. Gets a decent amount of damage, forces the Anubarak back. The Dragonite with 33 seconds left. Johanna, not Johanna. Urel was pushing up mid a little bit. Johanna, the one inside of the Dragonite. Avenging Wrath charged up by Yrel, looking for the Righteous Hammer displacement. Doesn't find what they're looking for. Light Bomb goes in. Pulse Bomb as well. Haunting Wave with the Will of the Forsaken. Actually, no Will of the Forsaken. Cleansing Dash from the Kerosene was what actually mitigated that CC and slow. Nicely done. Keep Front Gate will go down in the defense, and the hold from Storm League Enjoyer is really good here. Righteous Hammer coming through. A Savage Charge into the Jaina forces her back. Itrax goes down once again on Leoric. Black Arrow from Sylvanas should be available. Will they go in to try and take down Keep? Yes, they will. Catapult's here to help out a little bit. Decent damage coming through. Leoric dead for 34 seconds. Now the question is, will Freedom Exporters play to the far side and go for core here? Or are they just looking for Keep and then back off and get more map control? Granted, there's really not much to grab outside of one bruiser camp in the top left. Right side, actually, right side's up in 4 seconds, bottom up in 2 minutes. Siege camps are just coming off cooldown, so actually a lot of macro can come through. So it's actually a great time to back off. They have a keep. Freedom Exporters have a win condition through bottom lane, and they have 20 talents here as well. We actually see the Epiphany. I always mess up that. I usually mess up that word for Kerosene, but Epiphany level 20. Bolt of the Storm for Sylvanas. Radiating Faith Johanna. Seraphim Yrel and Cannonballs on your Junkrat. Light Bomb, Tracer, Burrow Charge, looking at Madar. Cleansing Dash is good. Madar able to hobble away here. Kerosene caught inside the Cocoon. Steel Trap thrown down. I heard a Mind Control go out. No call the Dark Lady level 20. Riptire summed by Junkrat. Might just be pushing up onto bottom lane wave or something. And it looks like, yeah, that's going to be the case. Gets a bit of damage onto Alvarez. And Nubrak burrows in. Cleansing Dash again. That might have actually been a Seraphim for Cure. And now they just back off and grab camps. Really, really good macro coming out from Freedom Exporters. This is what I was expecting out of Freedom Exporters when we saw them last weekend. And maybe being in the bottom bracket lit a fire under their butt. Maybe they scrimmed more. Maybe there was just a little bit more communication or practice. I don't know. But it does really look like Freedom Exporters are firing and operating as a really, really well put together team. There was definitely a bit of disconnect when we were watching the games last week.
Avenge my
It felt a little Storm League-y.
destroy your enemies.
And that also feels a little rude to say, but it did feel like they were kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do my job, and it's like, you know, that's the Storm League mentality. Like, there's the team role has jobs too. So, anyways, team mentality stuff aside. 5th, 6th, I don't know. Every Dragonite has gone over the side of the NA squad, or the Freedom Exporter squad. Savage Charge into the Janus. She'll mitigate it with her Ice Block. Yrel with the Avenging Wrath charged up. Looks to jump in onto the Anduin. Seraphim activated. Little Flame Breath onto the mid lane keep here. Jaina goes down into bottom. The Orc is showing in top lane. Freedom Exporters just going for more security in the game by taking down a mid lane fort. So we'll have 2 lanes with consistent catapult pressure, mid and bottom. Bottom, by the way, pushing up so very quickly already. You can see it near the core. Dragonite backs off. We'll see if Prismat cancels out the Dragonite here. Level 2. Oh, that's a good Blood Shield into the Nubrak. Forces out a Leap of Faith from the Anduin. We got Wintermute. We're actually going to be seeing the composition B for the Tracer. Rewind to Nubrak. Wintermute Jaina. You've got Varian Legacy on the Anduin and Buried Alive for Leoric. That actually might be huge right there. Justing and friends head down to the only camp available on the map. 12 seconds on the right side, Siege Giants. Junkrat poking into the objective pit. There's going to be a nice Concussion Mine to blast people to the side. We have a Light Bomb. No, we have no Light Bomb. There's Cocoon on the left onto Prismat. Uh-oh, Justing. That Divine Fortress will lose another stack. Down to 15% increase. That's a Light Bomb. Seraphim mitigates the CC, but still damage comes through. Kerosene hit with just a barrage of damage. 400, 300, 200 something for Porky. Seraphim, or sorry, Ardent Defender from Cure activated. And Johanna loses that Divine Fortress stack. Down to... Nope, that's not right. There we go. 7,162 HP compared to the Anubrak 4,715. You're hit with a lot of life bomb. Oh no, is there any way? No, the Karazim dives in with the cleansing dash. The mind control comes through onto the Leoric. They will not find, oh, they do find the kill onto Leoric. Urel does go down. And Freedom Exporters, things are kind of falling apart here post level 20. Prismat Bolt of the Storm does get activation. Johanna's back from death. Urel down for 42, Leoric down for 33, maybe less because he can cheat death. We do have a Nubarak trying to back away. 7-sided strike, Seal Glare, it's almost enough. You know, Zealous Glare would have got that kill, just saying.
Control both shrines.
Oh man.
And the Dragon Knight's power.
Granted, Justin probably would have died more often. Yeah. Divine Fortress is really working out for the way that he's playing the tank. Was that health correct, by the way? 7,162, even with 3 stacks of Divine Fortress still, which is 15%. That is still a lot, if you really do think about it. Like, we meme about pretty much anything but Zealous Glare. But I mean, like mathematically, Divine Fortress, the tanking value is pretty decent. Shield Glare to check the bush. Justing has Sunshrine. Porky looks to step out into bottom. Leoric will regain control of Sunshrine. Moonshine picked up by Porky. 20 minutes in. We got 20s on both sides. New Brett goes in for the burrow, finds the hit into the healer of Karazim. That's really all the CC. Yo, good morning, Alora. What's up, bud? Hopefully you're having a great day. Oh, I made a copy pasta in this channel for you. You just type your name into chat. No exclamation. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I made it. Oh, if you want a quick catch-up, Alora, the Freedom Exporters had a really, really strong start, but they had a bit of a wobble here in the post-level 20 era of Storm League Enjoyers. They've lost pretty much every skirmish. There has been a little trade here and there, but it's mostly Storm League Enjoyers coming on top. Yo, what's up, Yanthor? Good to see you. Quality copy pasta for Alora. Burrow charge from Manubrac lands on a Karazim with the mind control from Prismat. Justing with a beautiful Blessed Shield. Pulse Bomb goes out, but the Riptire takes down Tracer. Alvera's trying to back away, but Porky and friends have the momentum. Anduin looking to just back away. Leoric Anduin to defend, not the strongest. It's looking pretty promising for the members of Freedom Exporters to take map number 1 in the first best of 3 of the day. As a reminder, winner of this series goes into the final best of 5 of the day, which is the playoff determining matchup. They're going for the Finland. They're going to take down the Anduin as well. And on this channel, we love our Northern European country. Achieved by the side of Freedom Exporters. They take map number 1 in this best of 3 playoff elimination series. It's perfect. Like, I was hoping that you get a giggle out of that. I was hoping you'd get a giggle out of that, Alora. Awesome. Glad. I'm very glad. Cat is off tussling with his brother. I don't know why my brain pictured a cat DJing. That's where my brain is this morning. I just pictured a cat DJing, so that's where I'm at. Which team wins Dragonshire? Freedom Exporters. Pay out the people. All right, chat, you know the dealio. We're going to run a block of ads. When the ads is over, we will be I can't talk. When the ads are done, we'll get going into the next series. We already had a massive 20 gifted sub bomb from Stark today, so pretty much the sub goal for the rest of the day is, wow, we hit a sub goal. Would you like to give subs for Bandit? Welcome in, everybody, to our map number 2 and our first best of 3 of the day. Freedom Exporters are up in this best of 3 elimination bracket series for the last chance qualifier of the Murky Cup. This is the Meta Madness style of draft, so I can't talk today. The last 10 heroes you just saw are unavailable for this map here, so no Sylvanas, no Johanna. None of that stuff will be available. The bans do not carry over, so Chromie could be picked up. Dahaka could be picked up. I'm blanking on other heroes that were banned away. Garrosh, I think, was as well. So, we'll see what's going to be utilized here. The losing side of Storm League Enjoyers opted in for first pick, so this is going to be Freedom Exporters choosing Alterac Pass as the gamble has begun. If you want to blindly gamble and support your team based off of region or whatever, go ahead and do so. If not, sit back. You got 10 minutes to get your predictions in as we have a Blaze first band on the right side. Alterac, a lot of global priority is, global priority is pretty popular. So things like Brightwing, Falstead, Dahaka, those are often considerations here. Chromie Artillery is really good as well. Maybe there's a consideration for a Sergeant Hammer as well. She was banned away in the last series, or the last map. Let's see. Junkrat's banned. I'm trying to think who else delays out the objective phase really well. Tyranda's a really good delay. Malfurion can be a really good delay. Anubarak can, but he was already played, so he's unavailable. Stitches is actually really good on this map as well. Maybe Freedom Exporters go for like a Stitches comp. Justing Stitches was really good last weekend, so I'd like to see them go for that again. Hogger to be removed is not too crazy. He's great at grabbing the null pack camp for the mid lane. He's just, mobility is phenomenal here. A lot of good corridors for him as well. And just all in all, just a solid solo laner. Last ban on the left side. Do they get rid of the Garrosh? Do they get rid of Lucio? There's so much to consider here. Like, what do you not want to deal with? They let the Tracer through last game and dealt with it pretty well. There was a little bit of a hiccup towards the mid to late game, but they managed to reel it back in on the side of Freedom Exporters. Storm League Enjoyers, though. See if they can put one up on the board. Maev will be removed, so that does leave, like, Lucio is up and available. Lucio, phenomenal hero. High Five is great. I mean, it works in the ballpark of Karazim, like we just saw, so I think if Porky were to be able to get Lucio, I think that wouldn't be too bad for Freedom Exporters. What is this first pick? It's going to be a Muradin. Okay, so they want Storm Bolts. They've got potential with Haymaker, Avatar for sustainability. You got mini stuns with Skullcracker 7 typically. More mobility at 16 with your Dwarf launch. It'll be interesting. Doesn't show much of the draft. It could be a gray main. It could be, you could do single target deletion mages. Badoo. What do we want to grab here though? Thrall Brightwing. Thrall Poker on the objective is really good with Chain Lightning. I doubt we see Crash at level 1. Could potentially be Echo the Elements for the extra charge, but it's probably Rolling Thunder. Brightwing is not a bad first pick. Phase Shift is really good. Blink Heal Mobility, AoE Cleanse. You've got Polymorph. You got Poke, Dream Shot, maybe level 4. We'll see. There's the Gul'dan.
I will fight to my last breath.
But there's a Gul'dan, but you do have Brightwing Thrall. Both, like, Brightwing has spell armor application to allies with her spell Spirit Shield. What is that actually called for her? Pixie Dust. And then Thrall has Spirit Shield at 13, so there's that. So the Gul'dan is not like, oh my god, it's Gul'dan. He's got good poke. He's got good sustain damage. Good wave clear. Dahaka to be removed. I don't blame them on this. They don't want to deal with Brushstock drag. Trying to sidestep those drags will not be the easiest. Zeratul removed. That's probably a target ban onto Cure. Cure... Everyone on the NA side is on ping, but Cure is probably the most practiced on EU. Yeah, I would actually argue that Cure is probably the most practiced. Porky would probably be second, actually, because of because of the EU in-houses and stuff like that. Because Porky does play in those. He plays Muradin pretty consistently, so... So there is that. Yes, let's go with a hammer? Interesting. Stitches with a hammer as well. Huh. Hook them in, hammer sustain damage, Thrall Root, Brightwing Polymorph. What's the last pick on the left side? I feel like it should be another Bruiser, realistically. Like an Imperious wouldn't be bad for Freedom Exporters. Diva could be a consideration.
My blades.
Okay, the Medivh is not bad. I like the Medivh as an answer into the Stitches. This might not be a Gorge Stitches, though. This might be a Putrid Bile. They might be trying to feign the Gorge comp. Last pick, though. What do they want? They've got the Brightwing. They've got a healer. I doubt they go into another healer. I don't think they're going to go... I mean, like, Tyrande could be a consideration for, like, armor debuff and stuff, but I feel like that's lacking. I feel like you want, like, an Imperious or something. I feel like you want the Stabby Daddy.
Let's fly.
I don't hate the Falstead here. I don't hate that. Armor debuff, potentially. Auto attack build is pretty strong. Gust is really, really, really good utility as well. So when portal's in, you can actually gust them, like, away from the portal. So, like, let's say, like, someone's, like, portaling like this, and then you gust them further away from their exit portal, then they'd have to, yeah, it's, I think they can do it. I'm rooting, like, I'm an unbiased caster, but I think Freedom Exporters has the better draft. I think they'll do it. Medivh is a bit of an X factor, but we've already got 18,000 out the gate on Freedom Exporters. Can't blame you on that. Whee! Alright. I don't know why my mouse always does that. Left side of the map, up in this best... Oopsies, hello, where are we going, keyboard? On this best of 3 series. Upper bracket, or I guess semi-final matchup, whatever you want to call it. We've got the Freedom Exporters. They're one map away from going to the final matchup, the best of 5 later on today. We've got Justing on your Stitches, Porky, Brightwing, Prismaticism will be your Sergeant Hammer, Madara on the Thrall, and Cure will be your Bird Boy, Falstead. Right side of the map, we've got the Storm League Enjoyers. Mach 2 going to be on the Sonya this time. Arion will be your Muradin. You've got an Alvarez Medivh. Lavcol playing Rhaegar, and I believe that's iTrack Gul'dan. Yes, it is. It could be Bile Stitches for zoning. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too, because, like, the composition isn't, like, a crazy good Gorge combo, but with the Falstead being picked up, that actually leads me to believe it will be Gorge, because the combo you typically see is Hook, Gorge, Gust away the rest of the allies, and then get the kill. Prismat almost dropping here on the left-hand side. Arion putting great damage in, but won't be able to get a kill. We've got Stitches picking up the Hungry for More level 1. Would be the Regeneration Globe quest. Once again, Justing, building up his max health pool. I'm seeing a motif with Justing in his health pool, in that he's always like, how can I have the biggest number for my health bar as a tank? We've also got a Frequent Flyer Falstead. You're looking at your Advanced Artillery Sergeant Hammer. Greater Polymorph for the Brightwing, and you're looking at the Rolling Thunder for the Thrall. Speaking of, in bottom lane, we're putting a bit of pressure into Muradin, but Medivh forcing Moderate to tap well. Muradin's going to go Dwarf Block level 1. You got the Echoed Corruption Gul'dan. Looking at a Tough as Nails for the Sonya, Colossal Totem Rhaegar, and as well as the Portal Mastery for Medivh. See someone sneaking in 10 channel points for the Storm League Enjoyers. Alrighty. At least there's odds. Appreciate that. Drain from Gul'dan. A few Fell Flames consistently going in, clearing out the wave. A Slam from Justing as well. Porky with a few autos into Muradin. There's going to be a Moderate looking for the root. Doesn't land it. Wind Fury was active. Gul'dan with a handful of combination damage into the Sergeant Hammer. The Polymorph does get activated. Force of Will mitigate some of the damage. Portal allows them to back away, and Medivh is a well-balanced and good hero. Level 4 is looking pretty standard across the board. The only thing to really note for Thrall is he's not going to be going to Frostwolf Pack and be picking up the Feral Resilience. Here's damage by Feral Spirit, Grant Force. Oh, whoa. Look at Sergeant Hammer, Stitches, and friends were able to get the Hook Polymorph blow up onto Gul'dan there. Phase shift into bottom lane from Brightwing. But yes, here's damage by Feral Spirit, grant 4 stacks to Frostwolf Resilience and 2 stacks to Feral Resilience, granting 75 physical armor against the next incoming heroic basic attack. Stacks are consumed on the next cast of Feral Spirit. Medivh, by the way, 14 stacks on the Arcane Rift. We're looking at your Gul'dan starting out this camp on the right side. 9 Echoed Corruption. Hammer working on this left side as well. Does have some rapid damage, but Stitch's Brightwing coming in to help out. Kira's going to be still working on that level 1. I mean, it's uncapped. Technically uncapped. 65,000 is the max plus. Don't think we're going to see many false stats get that many stacks in a game. But already 8 for him is not bad. Matching the Stitch's regeneration globes. A hook on to Alvarez. The Medivh portal is there, and they take him down. You know it's our favorite button to press against a Medivh. Bye-bye, stacks. Medivh will be able to pick up 2 stacks as he died. It looks like he threw down an Arcane Rift as he was falling. But resetting those stacks is really nice. Objective phase to be channeled by Porky here. 30 seconds remaining, or 30 seconds to go. 22. A little bit of channel time was achieved by Storm League Enjoyers, but adjusting? Somebody? There we go. I was gonna say, that Jailer's about to get the counter channel. Looks like that will be coming through. 13, 12, 11 seconds left. The portal's set up to try and take down Madara. Hook lands onto Lovecoal. That Rhaegar. Brightwing jumping in. No level 10s just yet. We do have Sonya sneaking over there going for the channel. 17 seconds remaining. Looking to see if the Jailers can get that. A few of them being delayed. Justing ignoring. A hook goes out looking for that portal pull, but won't find anything. Meanwhile, Kira is still pushing top. Sergeant Hammer was pushing up mid. And it feels like the members of Freedom Exporters are not putting too much faith into this first objective. Justing as the counter channel at 1.3 seconds. Medivh sets up a portal. I don't know if Murden can get through in time. He can. But losing the Gul'dan might actually be objective to the side of the Freedom Exporters. A tense moment, but they do come out on top of the engagement and the objective counter channel. Halfway through the stackage on Gul'dan, 12 of 44 Medivh, 8 regeneration globes for Justing. Meanwhile, Cure got a lot of stackage in top lane. He actually picked up another 7 stacks during the time. And so basically his team was 4v5ing at a point, and Cure was like, I'm just sieging. I'm just doing bird things. Nicely done. Oh, also nice Sonya spray. I didn't even realize. That's beautiful. Very cute. Cure, I think, is dead. Phase shift from Brightwing will come through. Kier's gonna start just attacking into Sonya. The Brightwing, the Kier auto attack damage is huge right now. Emerald Wind from Porky, okay. Gust, Emerald Wind, Sundering, Gorge, and Napalm Strike. I doubt we see the level 20. But honestly, if Freedom Exporters are behind, they could use the level 20 upgrade. There's a Gorge onto Itrax here in mid. Cure flies in just to help out with some autos, and also gets an extra stackage on that frequent flyer. 0.5 for heroic kill. Napalm Strike coming out. Alvarez is looking to back away. This first objective facing has found a double fort for the side of Freedom Exporters. And some of the damage on this mid lane keep front gate. Like bottom fort going down to Madara, top lane fort at 50%. My god, Freedom Exporters are just on a tear today. Avatar for Muradin, Leap Sonya, Ancestral Healing, Leyline Seal. Gul'dan, I assume, is Horrify. You want some boss control. If not, okay, yeah, there's Horrify. Leap from Sonya into Cure. He's got Gust available. The helping hand from Justing lands perfectly at max range. And still, that range can be increased by another 40%. We're not even at level 13 yet. Keep in mind, Emerald Wind, Sundering, Gust. There's so many boss steal tools here. Boss is going to be leashed. I think it jumped up a little bit in HP. Medivh drops down. That's going to be a hook onto Medivh. A Gorge as well. The Leyline Seal comes out. There's going to be Thrall taken down. Emerald Wind. Alvarez is going to try and portal away. And is going to be taken down. Another reset on Medivh's stackage. A trade. Thrall for Medivh. I thought I just saw Justing Hook attempted right there. Yes, I did. Huge damage coming out from Itrax right now. 27 stacks on that Echoed Corruption. And level 16 for the Gul'dan is huge. Ruinous Affliction is a big upgrade in damage. But it seems like the boss is going to be left, and Sergeant Hammer Brightwing head for this camp. We've got Madara respawning heading to bottom. Itrax on the right working on their own Null Pack camp. Yo, what's up, Ninja? Happy Saturday to you, bud. Hopefully you had a good Friday evening. Last night we watched Shaun of the Dead in Discord. Man, I always forget how good that movie is. Like, I remember most of it, but then there's always like little bits that crack me up still. Such a funny movie. Bottom boss is being worked on. Medivh did just check top. Prison locations open up in 20 seconds. And I don't think they'll rotate down into bottom lane in time. Even if the enemy team just starts sprinting into the bottom lane, the damage is way too quick. And they even have Sundering, Emerald Winds, little concussive blast. You've got Gorge potentially from Stitches as well. Phase shift from Brightwing into the mid lane as there is tons of siege in the mid lane front gate. The bottom lane boss will push up. The objective phase is here. And the members of Storm League Enjoyers are now going to be split in what they need to do. They need to either defend the objective or defend bottom lane. I see a massive rotation to bottom. Murky already heading to objective pit. So we should see about 20 seconds of channel time over the side of Freedom Exporters. And Falstead, they fly over the minion waves. This is obvious. And Hammer obviously moving through it leaves an napalm strike. So the enemy team knows. But here's the thing. Freedom Exporters, they're going for these two things. They saw the enemy leaving bottom. Medivh is floating above. This is a little bit of a split moment from Freedom Explorers, a little risky, so they'll give the objective. Medivh heading up, but he won't be able to get any sort of steal shenanigans in time. And bottom lane boss is still at around 50% phase shift from Brightwing. Huge damage into Madara. The Sundering comes out, pushing Rhaegar up against the wall. Justin looking to step up and find some good Gorge target. Bottom lane boss was cleared away. Top lane boss now pushing up. Falstead working on objective Jailers. They don't respawn until you get the channel. Palm Strike, Emerald Wind to push people around. Top lane fort does go down. All three forts picked away. And Kier does get the start of the channel on this, but he backs away. Wait, that's a good hook onto Aryan, but no Gorge activation. And it looks like Kier will not sustain the channel. Just goes and pushes up mid. Top lane boss still at 50%. This will confirm the keep front gate for sure. How was movie night? Fantastic. What's up, Foo Fighter? Good to see you as well, bud. After this map, we can talk about next month's movie nights as well. I've already got them picked out and planned. Level 16 almost here. Storm League Enjoyers want to step up for the fight. The hook goes right to the side of Gul'dan and Rhaegar. Objective phase, 18 seconds. Huge damage into Sergeant Hammer. Storm League Enjoyers looking to try and get something here. Murden Dwarf tosses in. Napalm Strike goes out. Stitches with a few counter channels. Gus from Falstead splits the enemy. The Sundering. Murden has to Dwarf toss away. The portal set up by Medivh. Will they try and delay out the objective? No. Justin gets the counter channel at 4.8 seconds. The Horrify lands into Madara. I believe Sonya had to use the leap to disengage. And with 16 talents here, they're going to try. Wait, hold on. They're going to dive back onto Madara. No Sundering available. He's trying to back away. No Gus, no Emerald Wind, but somehow Madara lives just fine. And I do believe objective phase will go over to the left-hand side of Freedom Exporters. Second objective phase of the game. Napalm Strike tags the camp. Few autos from Prismat. Are they going to go for the camp or are they going to let it leash? They let it leash. All right. Cure with 35 level 1 stack. 16 regeneration glows for Stitches. We have 7 stacks for your Medivh, but the big thing for Gul'dan here is he's done with his Echoed Corruption level 1. He has those steps back. He'll have Ruinous Affliction in 3/4 of a level. Kira in the top lane, pushing up the wave. We've got Sonya pushing back bottom. Little spray. I don't know if you saw Madara entering that bush right there. Sundering available. Napalm Strike here. Good cleanse from Lavcall. No purification, so 60-second on that purge. As Cure, they're going to try and portal onto Cure, but he's got that level 16 afterburner for a little bit more barrel roll disengaged distance. Hook goes fishing, almost catches on to the Murden. Bottom lane objective looking real promising for a keep here. Oh, Cure able to back away from Murden. Does have the secret weapon level 7. Bottom keep has gone down. I wouldn't say it's a win condition, but a beginning to the potential end, as that's a lot of damage on a Madara. A hook goes out, phase shift from Brightwing. Is there going to be... Oh, that's a great Horrify. Brightwing goes down as well. And the members of Storm League Enjoyers, they're going to look for the triple kill. Prismat is trying to back away. The Gul'dan damage, the suck is decent. And Lavcall bites the tread and takes down Sergeant Hammer. Triple kill goes over the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Kier says, maybe I can get a little extra siege on top, but this is really risky in my opinion. He's going to start flying. And he's good. He's out of there. Boston top lane, 104. Boston bottom lane, 15 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised if Storm League Enjoyers angle for a double boss play. Muradin's still chasing Cure. Yeah, that's a bit tunnely right there to try and chase after him. Boss is up. I feel like they'd be missing. Okay, good. Good job. They're gonna run to bottom lane fort. No, they can actually get fort and then do boss. No. There we go. Madara scouts this. Little chain lightning activation. A hook finds the Muradin. The Gorge is there as well. Gus from Falstad pushes. Lobcall to the side. The Emerald Wind from Brightwing. Muradin does get the Avatar activated. The Lady Line Seal from Medivh comes out. Justin can't get one of his feet on the point, and the skirmish is it's really haphazard here. Horrify leap, that's absolutely humongous. Justin trying to back away, the Stitch is really low, and that'll be another double kill over the side of Storm League Enjoyers. It felt like there was an absolute disconnect from the side of Freedom Exporters there. Like, some players wanted to invade boss and steal it, some players wanted to get a Hook Gorge combo. And in the end, it's going to be another triple kill over to the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Meanwhile, Kier in top lane. Back to doing Kier top lane things. Sonya's getting objective. Mid lane camp pushing up. Oh, no. Okay. Kier, Brightwing, Kier, Pokey. They're going to confirm top keep. Will they leave? Okay, yeah. Porky, Kier, they're hearthing out. Bottom keep is going down. I don't think this is enough to end, though. Gust is a delayer. If they wait, like, if they can wait a few seconds here, they'll have 20. They can go intensifying winds and wind tunnel. Yeah, I think Storm League Enjoyers realize, like, what could potentially happen here, so they're going to back off. We do have double keeps down, so a win condition is set up for the members of Freedom Exporters, and this camp will be picked away. So it is going to be... Whoa, wait, no wind tunnel? Cure. Epic mount for Cure. He has been doing a lot of macro, so actually this does make a lot of sense. It's just wind tunnel's, like, insane to pass up. But I guess they do have the intensive winds, which is basically a 5-second Emerald Wind with no mana cost adjustment. World Breaker for the Thrall. You're also going to be seeing your Ultra Capacitors on the Sergeant Hammer, Master Hooker Stitches. On the opposing side, Rewind Muradin. You've got Haunt Gul'dan. Actually going to see Composite Spear Sonya. No Ignore Pain. Farseer's Blessing for the Rhaegar, and Medivh cheats at level 20. Let's see what we got here. Horrify, Haunt from Gul'dan pushes Brightwing away, as well as Thrall. Madara tried to get... Nah, Madara take... Oh no, that Leyline Seal's giga good. Gust pushes back the Sonya. So Thrall the only one to go down. Justin fishes for another hook and can't find anything. More Napalm Strikes coming out. Good wave clear because he sustained damage onto the ground. Objective mid confirms for it. Sonya spears in the phase shift. Whoo! Prismat almost goes down right there. So bottom objective will be cleared away. Top lane fort does go down. Bosses are boss and top lane is available actually, so they can pivot from objective to top lane boss on the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Freedom Exporters still waiting 22 seconds for that Thrall respawn, and there it is. Yeah, Sonya already heading to top boss. Freedom Exporters. Really, I wouldn't say floundering, but they're having a really hard late game. The fights have really not gone their way. We now have an 8-5 in kills favoring the side of Storm League Enjoyers. It is a 1 structure difference. Top keep has the gate taken down, 2 towers remain, and mid keep, Kier continues to just split push, and he has managed to get these wave pushed up onto the keep, getting it down to about 50%. No pack is grabbed. Top lane boss shouldn't find much value. Oh, actually, Null's here. No one actually cleared this away. So it lost another almost quarter HP. So keep front gate will go down, and that's that. Actually, they still have one tower. Nice. Medivh, by the way, 19 stacks. 22 regeneration goals from Stitches, so he's 10% movement speed when not mounted. 57 stacks for Kier. That's a lot. Gul'dan Echo Corruption is done, and that's really about it for questing talents. Next objective phase will be spawning here in the north side of the map. 50 seconds of channel time. 4 jailers to defend. Gul'dan already working on those jailers. They don't respawn until the channel comes through, so the early clear onto them is nice and beneficial. Gets you a little channel faster in case you get like a couple kills. You can just go and immediately start channeling rather than having to clear things away, and seconds matter. Falstad showing bottom, but they know that he's got epic mount, so he can... Oh, that's a good rewind from Muradin. The leap from Sonya coming in as well. The center can throw out to push people back. Falstad has flown up into this engagement. And Stitch's hook activates after the leyline seal ends. Muradin does get the channel started. Kira continuing to stack up 61. Might be 62 or 3 after this wave. Medivh trying to find a few stacks. Huge damage into Madara once again. Falstad flies in. The gust up against the wall. The Horrify is good. And Madara goes down again. The Ancestor healing of the Farseer's Blessing is going to be an Emerald Wind to push back the enemy. Porky trying to back away. The portal from Medivh to chase in. Falstad, Thrall, Brightwing, they all go down as Hammer Stitches look to back away. But this might have been the nail in the coffin. Might even be more here as we have Stitches possibly falling. The damage is good, and I think Storm League enjoyers are going to make this a 1-1 best of 3, saying, Freedom Exporters, you're not taking this series easily. Sergeant Hammer Ultra Capacitors are pretty decent. The core does have 2 pips of shielding. Sonya leaps in, and the members of Storm League enjoyers also visit the northern country of... Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to come down to our next map. Who's moving on into the best of 5 series and who will be ending their tournament life for Murky Cup Season 2. GG, well played. The members of Storm League enjoyers put one up on the board, and I gotta say, MVP Itrax Gul'dan. MVP Itrax Gul'dan. That Gul'dan was absolutely bonkers good. The Medivh setups were pretty decent, but those Horrify setups with Haunt level 20, that was just hotcha. We got a 1-1 score. We're going to go ahead and roll out a block of ads. Thanks for being here. Thanks for enjoying the games. If you have a sub available, anything like that, it's appreciated. We already hit a sub goal today, but just a quick reminder. And also, we are, I think, like 4 or 5 follows away. We're 6 follows away from 8,000. If you'd like to help us hit that and you're not following, please do. It costs you $0 and helps us hit the goal, which is numbers go up and dopamine hits. Yay! You missed 2 games? You did indeed. The game started an hour and 18 minutes ago. It starts 7 a.m. West Coast, USA. You would never miss a stream announcement if you joined the Discord. We don't use everyone. We don't use here. There's actually, like, stream alert tags. So if you're like, oh man, I really want to know when those Baja Rosses are happening, or when the cooking streams happen, or when the movie nights happen, or when Baja is just going live. Imagine not having a backup generator and a secondary internet connection for a situation like this. I mean, imagine. I mean, I can't believe it, Nika. I can't believe it either. Not having just a backup generator, I understand. Not having a backup generator and a secondary internet. Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially in NA where, you know, internet's so cheap. On the left-hand side, we have the members of Freedom Exporters. You may notice, if you're watching on YouTube or maybe you're just joining us here today on Twitch Live, Hunter Orc is in, Madara is out. Apparently, Madara has a power outage issue right now, and according to Kier, Madara's power is doomed. I don't know what that means, so either way. We're going to get rid of Cho. We're going to get rid of Garrosh on the side of Freedom Exporters. We've got a Chromie ban on the right side, and what else? The members of Freedom Exporters lost map number 2, Alterac Pass, so they're going to be opting in for first pick priority. This will mean that the map choice of Garden of Terror has gone over to Storm League enjoyers. I use Discord ... I don't know how to. I don't know what to. I don't know how to. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Zeratul will be banned away. Okay, so another target ban on Akira right there. What are we going to be having here for this first pick? 20 heroes are unavailable. This is the Meta Madness style of draft, so you will not be able to see Stitches, Muradin, Anubarak. All of them are unavailable. Johanna's already been played as well. Maiev will be the first pick. Are they going to do like a main tank Maiev sort of composition? If memory serves correct, Hunter Orc is a healer main. Porky is the healer for Freedom Exporters, but Porky is definitely has got a lot of variety in his pool. Uther will be grabbed to take that away from the Maiev, because oftentimes the Uther Maiev is the combo for like the main tank Maiev combo. For that armor buff. We're gonna see a Dahaka, Lucio, and Maiev. Now, if Cho'Gall was not banned away, I would sit here and start talking to you about how Freedom Explorers are gonna play Cho'Gall. Unfortunately, it's banned away, so I'm not gonna tell you about that. We have the right side ban coming through. Diablo removed. It is a really good dive combo. Prismat does like to play the Tassadar, so like Tassadar Diablo would have been a great combo together. Bandwise on the right. Maybe they get rid of a secondary healer. Could get rid of a Kerrigan. They're gonna get rid of the just sustained damage healer of Vala. Okay. Still, there's really good camp grabbers, like Greymane is available. ETC will be picked up with that as well. Okay. Oh, wow. Dive, CC. It's a really simple composition on the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Actually, I really hope Storm League Enjoyers just grab, like, a mage. And I honestly think that they have such a phenomenal composition here. So, like, a Li Ming would go really good with the with this combo. Mephisto could be a pickup as well. Kael'thas, Kael'Thuzad is a bounty, so we'll see. Nice mug, thank you. It's the local brewery. Arthas into the Greymane is really smart. I like that a ton. It's a utility we rarely ever see, often forgotten. Basically, Arthas's E, his Frozen Tempest baseline, has a movement speed debuff, but also an attack speed debuff as well. So Greymane, who likes to be in people's faces, struggles from that. Lunara grabbed here as well is phenomenal. You've got Abolish Magic later on. She's got Greater Spell Shield if she wants. And they are going to go for that secondary healer. So it is a hyper carry Greymane. We'll see what Freedom Exporters does. I really like the Freedom Exporter draft. If I was a gambler in chat, I'd be rooting for them. The Arthas into the Greymane is really the kind of the thing that makes me, that sways me to the Freedom Exporter draft over Storm League Enjoyers. But we'll see what ends up happening. We do have a sub coming in for Freedom Exporters. Let's see how it all works out here in map number 3 in our first best 3 of the day. $8,000 out the gate. But yeah, this is a mug from a local brewery.
The battle begins shortly, heroes.
Very nice brewery. I actually just went by there recently. Alvarez on the right-hand side for Storm League Enjoyers will be playing the Blaze. We'll see an Itrax Greymane, Aryan on your ETC, Moktu playing the White Mane, and Lavkol playing Uther. We've got the left-hand side of the map with Freedom Exporters.
The gates shall open in 10 seconds.
Prismat. On Lunara, you've got a Justing Arthas.
5, 4,
Porky
3,
Dahaka,
2,
Hunter Orc Lucio, and you'll see a Maiev played by Kier.
battle begins.
So they're going to have a Lucio player who is comfortable with the EU ping, which, who knows? Who knows? Was Madara's power actually an issue? Or did they just want a healer main who can play Lucio on ping in map 3? Question marks. The conspiracy unfolds. Get your tinfoil hats out. Alright, mid lane wave just gonna be cleared back between the two sides. We've got an enhanced agility to Haka, level 1, Sentinel Wisp for Lunara, nice memento. as well as the Rhyme, Arthas, and Accelerando Lucio. On the opposing side, Block Party, ETC, Viciousness. You've got Pity the Frail, Wave of Light, and Adrenaline Stim Pack. Map number 3, no believers of the Storm League Enjoyers, just a lot of NA believers here for the Freedom Exporters. Alright, so Kira's going to get some assistance on this camp. Wisp is going to be sneaked over here, sees the blaze, gets cleared away. White main, gray main working on mid camp. Arthas working on top lane camp as well. We'll see this camp done by the next best of 3. Arthas, not very known for his camp grabbing on his own, but slowly but surely he does manage to grab it. Rotation's pretty good from both sides, but it does look like one camp was not grabbed for the members of Storm League Enjoyers. So we do have odds on the gamble, which is what we like to see. Thank you, everybody. Drag goes out from Dahaka, looking for something. No connection. Porky stepping up. Burrows. Lurker Strain level 4. No, he's actually the one who collects for the extra damage with Dark Swarm to Mercenaries. So that's going to be a nice way to grab and or clear camps. Porky steps up, lands a drag. Is there going to be a Howling Blast to follow up? Lothcole is going to be able to land a stun. Push off from Lucio. The Howling Blasted land. And Arthas with his Frozen Waste activated. Frozen Tempest mana cost reduced by 2 per second. After damaging enemy heroes 150 times with Frozen Tempest, the movement attack speed slows of Frozen Tempest lasts an extra 1.5 seconds against heroes. Hearth out of bottom lane. Porky lands a drag just to pull the Siege Giant closer to the gate. Wisp in the bush sees this camp being grabbed. Hunter Orc with a little wall ride and vision provided. I guess the Wisp is actually providing all the vision, but cleared away by White Mane. Meanwhile, Dahaka will grab objective. This is going to be seen by the enemy, as objective phase on this map does have global vision. Yo, what's up, Mitch? You are in time for the gamble if you want to sneak in some channel points in the next 10 seconds. Good to see you today, bud. Hopefully your Saturday's treating you well, and thanks for being here, lurking, chatting, all that good stuff. Appreciate everyone's support today. Y'all have been amazing. Top lane. Camp is pushed into the fort front gate. Grey Mane sustained damage. Does have that inner beast active. Little sow away from Lucio. Spirit of Vengeance in from Cure. Not going to be activating that. Did go pinned down level 4. Justing looking to step out. Spirit of Vengeance. No teleport again. Arthas is trying to slow down the ETC. Power sliding away. Does have Speed Metal level 4 and has the Echo Pedal level 7. We've got a Wizened Duelist Grey Mane. Intercession for White Mane. Of course, we're going to be seeing Nano Machine Coding for the Arthas, as the enemy team is very auto-attack heavy. Icebound Fortitude for the Arthas at level... Oh, good cleanse from White Mane onto the Grey Mane right there. That Howling Blast would have landed. Justing activates another Frozen Tempest. Mach 2 pulled out of position. And Freedom Exporters find first blood in this map number 3. As a reminder, every series today is elimination. Winner of this map right here goes into our best of 5, which will be the third and final best of today. Our next best of 3 will determine the team going up against the winner of this map. So, still early in the day of our casting and our games. Jet Propulsion in from Blaze. Pyromania is active as well. Hunter Orc looking to back away on the left-hand side. Howling Blast goes out from the Arthas. Meanwhile, Dahaka, Porky trying to back away, has that enhanced agility, but he's going to be slowed. Jet Propulsion comes through, and the members of Storm League Enjoyers find their first seed and first kill. As camps are going to start popping around the map, and those will be the new priority for these two teams. Just want to skim some talents here really quickly. Dahaka did lose a Feeding Frenzy stack. He did go down right there, unfortunately. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other damage, healing, and numbers, as we do have 10 talent tiers coming soon at the top of the screen. Porky lands a little dragon to Varus, and no tower shots or anything like that. The allies are working on the camp above. Itrex will discover this, lunges into Hunter Orc, who ups the frequency with reverse amp active. Justing leashes the camp. Siege Giants above will be grabbed. Heroics here on both sides. High five from Lucio coming through onto the point right now. We do have Arthas sitting here as well. There's going to be a Divine Reckoning from the white main. We do have a heal for the Arthas. Doesn't look like it. High fives are coming through. The Jet Propulsion misses. The camp will be stolen away. The Containment Disc lands into the Uther. Meanwhile, Dahaka putting pressure onto the white main on the right side of the screen. Stage dive in from the ETC into Justing, who does have that ice, the Frozen Waste active, and Maiev does go down. Dahaka may be looking for another drag. Misses. Curse Bullet answers back. But high five, Army of the Dead, Containment Disc, Thornwood Vines, and Isolation. For the opposing side, it's Bunker, Divine Shield, Divine Reckoning, Curse Bullet, and Stage Dive. Saturday is going great. Starting the Borderlands 3 journey to 100%. Enjoy! Enjoy! I'm assuming you're very excited about Borderlands 4. Itrax is putting the pressure on to Justing, and Justing will be able to set up the kill with the help of Lunara. Meanwhile, the drag from Dahaka misses as the face-swap from ETC pushing them around. And it looks like with that kill into Greymane and Blaze showing in top, this should be objective phase. Seed number 2 to the side of Freedom Exporters. Kind of values Blaze getting in top lane. Some damage under the fort here. Dahaka, brush stalking in the top right of our screen. Lunara hearthing out for full. At this level 1 almost done. And we're going to be getting into level 13s in about a level or so. Containment Disc into Uther, and I think that's, yeah. I think it's more of a just... Let's let us siege, and then we can back away with no CC from Uther or anything. It's a relatively low cooldown with Containment Disc at 40 seconds, but it's an active cooldown, so the moment you throw it, it starts that cooldown. So realistically, when it expires, it's around like 34. White main DC'd, probably gonna have a pause here. Oh wait, no, their name is still there, so never mind. So just itty bitty DC. How come Lucy doesn't go for shield on anymore? Does High Five remove stun? Yeah, High Five is a cleanse. It is a 25-second cooldown per ally. Quickly skate to an allied hero. Upon arrival, the ally is healed for 368, and Lucio is healed for 128, and both gain Unstoppable for 1 second. At the higher level of play, this is the better talent, especially at level 20 with Mixing Fire, being able to High Five the enemy and debuff their incoming healing as well. So that's like it's also really good mobility for Lucio as well. Like Lucio is an extremely mobile hero. We do have a lot of damage into Arthas. He does finish out his level 1. The isolation from the Dahaka brushstock flank, and they take down White Mane. She jumps inside the bunker. Actually, she doesn't in time. Can the members of Freedom Exporters make something happen here? The Umble Bind pulling Alvarez back. We do have Aryan getting a little bit low as well. Good stun into the Lucio. The Fan of Knives getting reset after reset after reset, and Cure and friends are going to be able to get a triple kill here in the top lane. Only losing Justing, and in that situation, you gotta be happy with that. You get a triple kill, you only lose your Arthas, and you're getting objective set up. That's a really nice momentum gain to the side of Freedom Exporters. So Dahaka gets this channel. Lucio starts the camp out. Camps do disappear when the objective is channeled, or summoned, actually is a better way to say it. Lucio getting this camp, I feel like he should just leave it. This is going to take 2 moons. The objective phase will be over by the time he finishes that, and realistically, he's probably better off helping siege in a lane, or at least being around for some AoE heals or movement speed buff. That's a lot of damage into Lunara. Immediately, the High Five comes out. There's going to be the reverse amp activation as well. Arthas looking to step up into the ETC. The stun from the boss lands into Greymane, but no follow-up capitalization. Good Howling Blast lands on ETC. Dahaka in top lane taking down a fort. Maiev, I believe, in bottom lane is doing the same thing. Stage dive down here from ETC. Containment Disc immediately lands onto him. Can they play off of this? No. Greymane showing in the rotation down. The bottom fort may not fall here. Fan of Knives thrown in. Spirit of Vengeance does have some contact damage. So they will confirm the bottom lane fort. Freedom Exporters. Mid lane fort does go down to damage over time. Triple fort phase from the Freedom Exporters during their first objective. That's huge. periodic catapult pressure in all 3 lanes, passive experience gain, structure experience gain as well. That's massive. It's so massive that taking down 3 full forts yields a 250 extra experience. That actually is disappointing when you look at the number. Like 1, 2, 3 forts are available. The gates, albeit, are down, and it's 250 extra experience. Uh-oh, invade over here onto Cure. Containment just lands, but Greymane is here as well. The Curse Bullet comes through. Cure, Spirit of Vengeance over the wall, and the camp will be stolen away, and I think Cure made the right call. But is he going to be able to make it out of this alive? I don't think he's got another Spirit of Vengeance available. There's one. Oh my god, the high five comes through. We also have the Vault of the Wardens. Meanwhile, is there any sort of lockdown to try and take anybody down here underneath the fort? The Jet Propulsion, the high five from Lucio lands. Army of the Dead from Arthas is going to be activated. 80-second cooldown. Dahaka Lunara pushing mid and bottom. Stage Dive is forced out from ETC. And it looks like Blaze will hearth out. Next objective, bottom right of the map. Okay. Camp on the right, worked on here by Freedom Exporters. Bottom camp is very thinned out. Oh wait, drag onto Greymane, Howling Blast. We do have that Shatter level 13, the Shattered Armor for minus 15 armor for 4 seconds when that Howling Blast lands. 10 seconds on the objective announcement. Even talent tiers for the time being. But what will unfold? Ooh, what is Freedom Exporters? They're going to show Cure bottom.
Collect the seed, and don't fret about the shamblers.
Okay, they show Cure bottom. Containment dismisses. Is there a Spirit of Vengeance? I feel like it was already used. Nice! Oh my god. That Vault of the Wardens was insane. Obviously, there was a Benediction for the secondary activation, but that was insane to dodge the first one. That read, hello. A lot of the enemies showing in mid. Not going to be going for the camp over here. Going to move Wisp into bush so they can get vision. It actually looks like it's cleared. Oh, it expired there. My Evan bottom is once again going to get targeted. Stun land, Spirit of Vengeance allows the teleport. There's going to be subjugation from Whitemane. And the camp will be grabbed since there was a dive onto my Evan bottom. And meanwhile, experience is slowly but surely trickling in for the left-hand side of Freedom Exporters. 20 talents here, very close. Next seed in a top center neutral position, if you will. And I do believe this is the time when Storm League and Jar's got to make a play. They're going to try and go for Prismat here. The stage dive does land. This power slide as well. Lucio comes in with the high five. Howling Blast lands. The drag cleansed away. Greymane dumps in. The burrow from Dahaka. He's got Essence. Is there any healing debuff to deny any of that? He's going to tap a few bushes. He has the speed movement, movement speed buff, and Porky does not go down. Meanwhile, Kieran bottom lane is still macroing hard. Will they delay objective? I don't think so. I think they give this. Wait, hold on. Justing in the flank. Justing in the flank with Prismat. There's one delay. Lunara with a little bit. Dahaka. I believe he used Brushstock to re-engage here. Yes, 68 seconds. Splintered Spear from Lunara. There's going to be the 20 talents here picked up, and it is going to be unfair advantage. Hunter Orc has to back away. Arthas looking to step up. There's going to be Greymane looking to back off. There will be a Divine Reckoning from that Whitemane. Divine Shield applied. Cure comes in for the flank. There's going to be a drag from Dahaka. Whitemane getting low. There's a healing debuff into the ETC. Bunker comes down as well from Blaze. Just about everyone hops inside the bunker, and it's delaying out these kills. 20 to 18. And the members of Freedom Exporters they're not getting the kills. It's Canopy Growth Justing backing away. I thought there would be a kill. That would have been huge from Store League Enjoyers if they were able to get that kill. But Prismat throws the Wisp into bush. A few well taps to be picked up here. Reverse amp from Lucio. And I think 2 out of 3 seeds left side of Freedom Exporters. But it is going to be Intensifying Toxin for Lunara. You've got Contagion Dahaka. Shadow Orb Vengeance, or Huntress, sorry, for Maev. You've got your Death's Advance on the Arthas. Increased movement speed by 10%. Frozen Tempest maximum movement speed slow and attack speed slow increased from 40 to 60%. That's massive. You've also got the Mixing Fire for the Lucio. That's the level 20 I was talking about earlier when Mitch was asking about High Five. High Five can now be cast on enemy heroes, dealing 351 damage and reducing all healing received by 50% for 3 seconds. Passively reduce the cost of cooldown of the cost and cooldown of High Five by 30%. Whatever 30% of 25 seconds is, someone can do that math for me in chat. Actually, does it do the math in the tooltip? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. No, it doesn't. All right. Well, if anyone can tell me what 30% of 25 is, we'll know what the reduction is. Garden Terror, again to the side of Freedom Exporters as they look to push in through bottom lane. Containment just lands onto the Blaze here. There's a small silence afterwards. Umbral Bind lands. Divine Shield will be applied. Really good force, actually, from Freedom Explorers. They take out the sidewalls. The drag lands into the Haka. The Mixing Fire activated into Alvarez. Forces down the bunker from the Blaze. Crowd Pleaser ETC upgrade with that bigger AoE on the stage dive. Lunara has a lot of poke damage here. Isolation misses. The Jet Propulsion from Blaze does come through. Rayman getting a little bit low. The bottom lane keep does go down. The mid lane keep will fall as well, and so does Uther. He's got Redemption level 20. You can see the golden swirl around his head, so he will respawn in a second, but this is double keep phasing for the side of Freedom Exporters. The top lane objective is really healthy still. Freedom Exporters are advancing towards core of the enemy. Will they go for victory, or are they going to back off? Justing will typically call if something is feeling a bit throwy, and that feels like that kind of conversation's happening right now. Justing and friends are backing away, though granted they're doing this dance because the top lane objective is still pushing in. Blaze showing with that one. Lunara pokes at the core, but that's really all they'll achieve, and that will be the end of that objective facing. 7.5 seconds, so Lucio High Five is down to like, I don't know, like 10 seconds, right? That math, that we don't question the math, right? No, it's like 18-ish seconds or so. We'll round on those decimals. By the way, we didn't talk about heroics on the right outside of the stage dive from ETC. Did go for that crowd pleaser. You've got Greymane with Alpha. No, that's Tooth and Claw. You did go Alpha Killer 13 or 16. God, I can't talk. We've got Guiding Light. Activate to cast a permanent zeal on an allied hero. Sorry, I need to watch minimap as well. Activate to an allied hero, costs no mana, and doesn't grant desperation. Only one can be active at a time, and has a global cast range. I've never seen Guiding Light at level 20. Redemption for the Uther, as well as the fortified bunker on the Blaze. Streamer math. My Evan and Dahaka are currently pushing waves up on core, so that's happening. Meanwhile, Lucio and friends are just trying to stop the backs. Dude, they're literally just, yes. Wait, oh, I broke things. I broke things. I'm sorry, chat. I broke things. Stage dive from ETC. Maev vault to the Wardens. Whitemane does manage to get the Hearth. We currently have the fight over here still breaking out the core. Maev does go down. 20% left of the core. Is there a power slide? Is there a face melt? No! Dahaka brush tucks into the enemy. Is there a drag? High five from Lucio. Oh, are you serious? You don't get to brush tuck in and get a kill onto Blaze like this. Oh my god! Freedom Exporters, with the help of Sub Hunter Orc, are gonna start advancing towards core, and it looks like they're heading into the best of 5. Last chance qualifier, last chance matchup. First bullet, Greymane takes a lot of damage, taken down. Are we going to everyone's favorite Northern European country? Not in this map. GG, well played. Freedom Exporters, they're on their way to the best of 5 later today. Question marks? Why question marks? Why question marks? There's nothing to question mark.